is up, everybody? You have just tuned into the Tether Radio podcast, the only podcast keeping you from spiraling out into the infinite abyss. I'm going to punch Allie's computer a few more times, but after that, I'm going to tell you about my co-hosts, Allie and Larry. Oh, no.
Uh-oh. Just pretend that we...
There you go. Oh, my gosh.
There we go.
I'm slacking over here, guys. That's weird.
What happened? What?
I just unplugged my stoof.
Stoof.
Weird. I can't hear myself now.
Really?
Did you mute yourself?
That's why I don't hear it.
You muted.
Weird.
Oh my God! I'm telling you, like this is one of these things that, like, okay. Full disclosure, Allie was in jury duty earlier again, and we weren't sure if she was going to make it back for the podcast. So then I was thinking it was going to be Larry and I.
Just the bros,
so I took my
man.
pants off and
bros. I thought you said pros, and I was like, how dare you?
No, it's anything but. If it was just...
Exactly.
I think you bring the only professional aspect to this podcast, and I'm not ashamed to say.
I'm not going to argue that.
A book report, please.
And I'm going to say, hey, I might have one thing to say about it. Larry, you're still trying to read it, so.
That's very fair. Yeah.
But no. So it was like, I don't know. I was like, all right, we're gonna take it this way. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna give it that. We're gonna give it that. And then Allie's like, oh yeah, rock and roll, dude. I'm gonna be there on time. And I was like, all right, cool.
I somehow threw you off by showing up.
No, I know, because it was just like the standard had been lowered so hardcore. No offense, just because.
No, I love it. I love it.
No, because it was one of these things that I was like, dude, it's gonna be me and fucking Larry just fucking like gabbing and like fucking saying stupid shit.
It's gonna
and
be
like,
one
I'm
of the
here
less,
for it.
It's gonna. The metrics will show that it's gonna be one of the least listened to episodes, according to Podbean.
they'd be like literally we'd start getting reports, or not reports, but reviews that people are like, dude, did like some bums like steal their mics or something? And like what is happening on this? Like, Allie leaves for one episode and the fucking wheels come off everything. Like, what happened? So
That sounds about right. Yeah.
we're glad you're here. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about.
I don't
Punching,
I just did the
punching
intro.
Allie's computer. You did the intro.
Oh,
and-
dude, every time
Thank
I'm
you,
like, yeah, because Megan gave me a bunch of shit because she was like, dude, you keep on like cutting your own head off, like, because I scoot to the side,
Yeah.
you know? And because I'm attempting to not make her, get the echo and all, whatever,
Yeah.
fuck it, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so we're here. What's up?
Speaking of Megan, she's wondering what's going on in the chat, and it's butt stuff. So
Oh yeah.
Yep.
get used to
Yep.
it.
Yep,
Also,
it
Megan,
is.
for your information, since you're watching now, you have been voluntold to help Daniel measure his taint.
True.
We have to know how long it is.
Ugh.
It's true.
And Megan's
so-
left the chat. All right, great. It's awesome.
Oh my God. She just gave a nope, abort. And I was like, you know what? I knew that was going to be the
She said,
Understandable.
abort.
she said, abort this whole marriage. That's
Yeah,
what
no
she
shit. Like, honestly, this podcast will be the end of my marriage. So, all right. So who wants to start off with how their week's going?
Oh man. It's okay. I've been trying to focus more on like personal stuff rather than talk about work because one, I don't want to get in trouble for work in case this pops up on anyone's feed on TikTok, as I've learned from people that I have not talked to in a long time. So no more talking about work. Other than that, I've just like been diving deep into
You need to
random
choose these words wisely.
Careful.
random nonsense. Like I have been deep into corners of Reddit that I didn't know existed. found some interesting things. We'll report off air.
Well,
Other than that, focusing more on, I guess this is boring, but color grading video.
no, it's not boring. It's going to make the podcast better.
Yeah, like so,
Right?
yeah. For example, right now, I'm like obsessed over the fact that my video is very there we go. The white balance was thrown off because of the white wall behind me. So
it was basically making you Caucasian.
Hey.
it's making everything around me Caucasian.
Well, over here it looks like we're recording under a naked light bulb that I may or may not sell Allie some fentanyl laced heroin. Like honestly.
Allie's the type of person that would the only way she would overdose on fentanyl is if it was like in a Go-Gurt or
Well, I was gonna say a coffee.
I was gonna say an IPA.
Yeah. Oh, it's like, oh, this is a whatever, some kind of like more natural like sweetener or something like that. And Allie's like, dude, get loaded up, dude. And then like,
Oh man.
she takes one little sip on that. I don't even know what drink do you drink?
iced coffee.
Iced coffee with soy and 2 Splendas.
Soy and 2 Splenda. So Splenda, right?
Yep.
Fentanyl.
Fentanyl.
I do the same. I do iced coffee.
God,
Oh, my dumbass.
that would be brutal.
Yeah.
Like if they started lacing fucking like whatever artificial sweeteners.
It's
that
giving
shit?
me Tylenol murders flashbacks is what it's
Oh.
giving me.
God.
Mhm,
Ugh.
mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm.
Computer is just like completely fucking frozen, and I don't know how to get a task manager just with keystrokes.
So, how bad would it be to just turn it off?
Yeah, I think I'm going to.
I did that.
It's shot. I
Yeah.
don't know what it's doing.
And Megan's charger's over there if you need
It's
it.
charged. It's
Okay.
fully
I
charged.
was
Just
saying.
that's how my week's fucking going.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
no,
right.
yeah.
There you go.
So yeah,
What
Allie,
a-
how was your week?
I have jury duty again because of course I do.
Uh-huh.
'Cause why would I not?
There you
And last week spoiled me because we did a whole case in a day and it wasn't that intense. And this one's heavy, fucking heavy.
Well, I don't have jury duty, but I'll tell you what I do have: regrets.
Yeah.
Yes.
what?
So Megan allowed me to get a new mountain bike,
Mhm.
and I got a nice helmet because I'm gonna be 38 this year, and I need to fucking protect myself, right? So I spied what looked like a greenway trail like start near Pellissippi. And if you're familiar with this area, basically you drive down Hardin Valley to get to Pellissippi. There's an Exxon on your right when you're driving to Pellissippi from my house. And there's what looks to be just a really nice greenway start. I don't know. So I drive over there and I get on it and I'm like, I got my, I switched out my pedals. I got my clip-in pedals. I got my helmet on. I'm ready to fucking tear this thing a new one.
Pedals, getting after it.
Oh, dude, I'm here for it.
Alright.
So I'm looking to shed it, dude. I'm looking to get shredded. No, not at all. I'm looking to not be fat and be able to drink and eat what I want. So, but anyway, so I hop on the trail and Oh, I was like, am I talking to myself?
Restarting my computer changed the volume.
It probably just unmuted it.
It's weird.
But-
I had it all the way. It doesn't matter.
It does.
doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
So anyway, I hop on the trail and like I'm not kidding you. I am on the trail for 0.1 miles. 0.1. Okay. Anybody that knows anything about mileage, that ain't a lot. So
much.
not much. So I see this guy and I wave at him. I start going down this like little hill. Literally, you start the trail. Guy was at the top of the hill. I go down the hill. I start to turn a little bit, lean over. I hit a patch of the thinnest mud and moss that you could possibly fucking hit. And I eat shit to my left side. So I crank my knee, my shoulder, my hip, my elbow, like I headbutt the ground. I'm not kidding you. Like, as in it just goes zoop. It's like somebody took a rug and pulled it out from under my bike to the side. And so I eat shit and I go,
picturing that's hilarious.
No, dude. Oh, I can imagine what that dude was like, because he didn't see it because his back was to me. He was going the other way. But I just go, shit. Like when I hit the ground.
Yeah.
And then I like get up. And he looks at me, and I just fucking wave because I didn't know what else to do, you know? And I'm like,
Forrest Gump wave.
Like, seriously, dude. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? Well, so then I like bike for a little bit more. I come to find out this like start to a greenway in quotation marks is like fucking quarter mile of like track or whatever pavement. And then it ends into like 2 flights of stairs that then end into fucking like just the woods.
What?
And I was like, so I actually, me being the idiot that I am, get off my bike. I carry my bike up the stairs because I'm like, this has to be like, it has to keep going. Like, and then I get there and I'm like, well, it kind of goes a little bit. So I get back on my bike and I like am like getting whipped by shit and like, you know, it's obviously not a fucking trail, but I'm just like too stupid to understand that. And so I just got to a point to where it got so thick that I was like, I'm not going to do this.
I'm just random people being like, that guy's carrying a bike. What's he think a bike does? Like,
I know, seriously. It was the most annoying fucking thing that has happened to me. And then like after the adrenaline went away,
more.
There's a little bit more.
No, I wasn't saying because it's long. I was saying because there's a lot going on right now. And
dude, no,
it just keeps giving.
It was just it was one of these things that I will not end up back on that fucking trail. Well, thank you, Allie. Yes, you're right. So
for one, we'll not go biking on the stairs anymore.
But it was one of these things, man, that I like turned around, went back, and I literally got like half. It was like 0.6 miles total, and I'd eaten shit, didn't get a workout, and I was like, you know what, Larry, you're muted.
Just ignore. See, okay, continue, and then remind me about that. I have something to say.
Done and done. So I ended up like going to like basically the food city near me, and I was like, you know what? Fucking, I am sidewalking it just because I want to get some kind of mileage in, kind of thing. I don't even fucking care. Well, then my adrenaline started going away, and I realized that I'm fucking 38. Well, I'm about to be 38. My neck is sore today. My hip, my knee, my like fucking elbow. Like, dude, I told Megan, it feels like I got into a fucking bar fight yesterday with like 3 or 4 other people.
You might as well have. I mean, I think you would have ended up less injured if you did that.
I completely agree. Yeah.
But
yeah, so that's my fucking week. And I did that. We are recording on Wednesday. I did that on Monday. Yesterday, Tuesday, I could barely take stairs because my knee hurt so bad.
Did you try carrying your bike on it? Yeah, that's
damn you.
Did you stretch before you did so? What else? What else are some?
I did not stretch, but I also wasn't planning on going like fucking ham.
Dude, you have to prepare. You have to prepare for every situation whenever you get to a certain age. Being like 30, 30 is the demarcation, right? It's like you hit 30, you get out of bed, stretch, but not too quickly and not too aggressively. Like lean into a stretch. You know what I'm saying? And then, start your day off that way, because you don't know. You might end up tripping over your own equilibrium. I don't know. Whatever makes sense.
That's not. Nope.
Nope. Yeah, I know that doesn't work, but somehow it'll probably happen. You'll just fall, hit something, and then you'll be injured for 3 weeks.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. So the last time that I injured my knee, it was the other knee because I'm fucking old apparently, and it was pulling a child on a sled down a driveway. So, or trying to slingshot it. Truth be told. Oh no, I know. And it took 2 weeks for me to even like be able to like start walking normally, kind of thing. So yeah, dude, I don't know. I just don't know if like working out's for me.
I mean, whatever excuse works, right?
I'm kidding. No, I'm gonna be back on that fucking bike tomorrow. I'm too stupid
That's
to
right,
stop.
Daniel. Get back on that bike. I believe in you.
But yeah, that's all I got. Larry, you wanted me to remind you or us to remind you about muting yourself and not muting yourself.
See, I completely forgot about that.
Exactly.
So and I'm speaking specifically to Megan, and I hate that this is the time that I'm doing it, because
she's putting Finn to bed, by the way.
Yeah,
she might not be listening.
At one point she'll hear it.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
While I appreciate the constructive criticism of switching scenes when we're live or on video, there are certain times when I have to do it.
How so?
Like, you saw me adjusting shit in the background a little bit ago.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
If I'm doing anything other than like looking straight there and just sitting here, more than likely people that are watching cannot see me. They're just looking at you. Right. So,
but I'm confused.
Oh, this is the point.
Okay.
A lot of the times as well, it's because I've saved myself from you guys noticing that I'm muted and me speaking.
Oh, okay. Got you. So you switched to us when you were speaking, but like, got it.
So like, I usually switch to you guys whenever you two are speaking or covering something. And then if I have something to say, I'll switch back to me and I check that it's unmuted. But anyway.
No, honestly, that makes sense. And that's a nice trick to have in your back pocket.
Yeah.
I thought the whole point was to leave us all on the screen the whole time.
Yes, that was what Megan said would be best, but I used to not do that.
He's just saying, well, I think you already got what he's saying, right?
No.
Okay, so he's saying that like he's talked and we just haven't even fucking noticed that he's been talking because he's been muted.
Yeah.
And so he switches to us during that. Like when he goes back, he switches to us during that so that people don't see him talking and seeing that he's been muted, kind of thing.
You meant live because like it keeps doing it on live too.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
like, you're doing it. You were doing it for the other video.
I've done it the entire time, like live and recording. So
how do you do that if you don't know that you're not muted?
So whenever there's a conversation that it's a lot of back and forth between you and Allie, I just go ahead and switch to you and Allie like I did just now.
Gotcha.
And then if I have something to say, I'll just switch it to all of us. And yeah, that's how it works.
So just fuck off Megan's opinion.
No, I'm not saying fuck off Megan's opinion because I am putting us all in, and people that listen on Monday are going to hate us for this, specifically me.
I hate this already. Like we've been too far in this.
All right, let's move. Let's cruise.
Also, 30 is not of a certain age when you have to like act like your elderly dog. Like I should have spoke up sooner, but no.
Yes.
No, I mean like. It's not that. It's just you have to remember that you're getting older. You just have to keep it in mind. You don't have to act a certain age. I mean, fuck, dude. I still act like I'm fucking 10.
Yeah, so. Like you don't have to act like you have to like warm up for as long as you're gonna like go on what would be a basic bike ride if it wasn't for the stairs or whatever.
Hey, you know what? I've noticed that we keep coming back to the stairs.
I'm not gonna let it go that you try to ride bikes on stairs.
I didn't.
You did?
No, I thought that the trail started on the other side of this. It was like the trail ended and then there were stairs because they're not gonna make a trail like this. They're gonna make stairs. and by the way, when I say this, I have my hand almost vertically.
Right.
So I was like, oh, well, maybe it's like one of these things that it was like it's a walking greenway. So it's like, oh, people on foot can take stairs. People on bikes can't take stairs. Am I gonna try to ride down the stairs? Abso-fucking-lutely not. Especially if I can't even ride on a fucking like simple walking path with a little mud. You know. Anyway. It was more like me being like, wow, dude, I need to like really remember how to fucking ride a bike and like check for shit kind of thing, you know?
Yeah, man.
Anyway, it's been, I mean, fuck, dude, the last time I legitimately was like riding a bike on a trail was probably, it's got to be at least 10 years ago. So, or longer, probably 15 years. But anyway, all right. Everybody has talked about their week. Let's talk about who the fucking asshole is. Are you muted?
No,
Okay. No, you're not. Okay.
I'm not. I'm just laughing really quietly over the nonsense that we just went over. God.
Oh my God.
All right, perfect. So, who is the asshole this week?
I'll take it. Just honestly, I'll take it.
No, it's me always. That's just anyway. I read a little bit of this one, but I didn't want to read too much into it because I wanted to preserve that surprise myself. Anyway, am I the asshole for kicking my roommate out and tossing his stuff in the trash after finding out he messed with my food?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of food could possibly be messed with for like kicking someone out and throwing their stuff in the trash. So
I read up until I saw what he did to the food, and then I was like, oh, done.
He's like, I had a $15,000 bag of black truffles, and like my friend microwaved them and then flushed them down the toilet. It's like, I really don't know what someone would have to do. Like, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, you're about to find out. And
right.
All right. So I, 24 male, have shared an apartment with Andrew, 25 male, for a year. We found this place through some friend, and honestly, everything was pretty chill until this whole thing went down. My name is on the lease, and Andrew would just Venmo me his half of the rent. We never had a formal contract.
That's your first problem. Have both names on it.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, unless you're fucking like, you're like, no, actually, I agree. Friends, no.
Yep.
Anyway, go ahead.
So they never had a formal contract between them. We were having dinner with some friends, and we were drinking, chilling, and having fun. One of our mutual friends made a joke about me having a very tight, me being very tidy and Andrew being very chaotic. You were
like, oh, me having a tight. Oh, what does he have? What does he tight? Anyway.
So anyway, in our terms, in terms of our rooms, cleaning habits and stuff like that, our friend asked us if that was a usual problem for us. So for some reason, Andrew decided to mention that whenever I'd get, quote, too annoying, unquote, about cleaning the apartment or whatever, instead of fighting, he would just go and spit on my food. Straight out spitting on my food. We were all laughing. We were all laughing it off. I'm correcting some things here on the fly. But then Andrew went to the kitchen and demonstrated how easy it was just to take one of my prep meals for the week, open it, and spit on it. When he did it right in front of me, right in front of us, we were all still laughing in a "what the fuck is happening" kind of way. So after our friends left, Andrew tries to play it off, asking if I'm okay with what he admitted and apologizes for it. But I couldn't. But I could sense he was
a British thing because I noticed apologizes with an S.
Yeah.
So.
I'm trying, dude.
But that's just every country except for us, right?
But I
You
could,
gotta get that Z.
but I could sense he
Zip
was.
zap there.
Anyway, he was dead serious. We ended up having a heated argument, and I was furious. I told him he needed to find another place to stay, and he stormed off to his room. Slamming the door behind him, the next morning he heads off to the gym, and in the meantime, he sends me a long apology text. But when I didn't respond right away, he loses his cool again, saying he doesn't regret it, the spitting incident, and even cracks this disgusting joke about messing with my food, suggesting I avoided eating my ice cream because it's flavored now, or he suggested him to not eat it. All right. Just the thought of it made my stomach turn, so I wasted no time. While he was out, I gathered up his belongings and tossed them in the trash. Some of my friends think I went too far by throwing away his stuff, but honestly, it felt like my only option. I couldn't bear the idea of having him around after that. Honestly, I'm kind of embarrassed to tell the full story to most of my friends and family, especially mutual friends. I just tell them we had a fight, so I've been called an asshole in more than one occasion. Plus, I'm not the best at getting jokes either. Am I the bad guy here?
Plus, I'm not the best at getting jokes.
I guess.
I don't really think it's a joke.
None of this is funny.
No.
This is disgusting. I think this dude is I'm sorry. A person that is a friend does not spit in your fucking food.
No.
What frame of mind do you think?
What?
Oh, he's being annoying. I'm gonna spit in his food. That's a fucking psychotic move.
It's psychotic, man. No, I actually don't agree with any, or I'm sorry, I don't disagree with any. So, okay, depending on what he's saying, like, oh, I threw away. Did he throw away literally all of his belongings in the apartment kind of thing? If that's the case, I think that is too far.
That's kind of what it sounds like, and I think that's too far too. Like,
yeah.
Sure, kick him out, but like let him take his stuff.
Yeah, I would go as far as to get boxes, put his shit in it, make it fucking really easy for him to leave, and say, here's all your shit. I gathered it up. Get the fuck out of my apartment. Show me how you have any like recourse on this because your name is not on this fucking lease. Get fucked.
Yeah, I would have handled it one of two different ways. A younger me probably would have just decked him as soon as I found out he was telling the truth. Now I'd be like, don't want to pay bail, don't want to have a charge, take things into consideration. Sure. I wouldn't go to the extent that you did and like pack his shit for him. I'd just
the only reason is because
he threw it away.
No. Daniel said that
he's talking about what I was saying.
Okay.
And the only reason that I'm saying that is because I like the path of least resistance once I choose a direction. And so it's like, I don't want to wait. I don't want to see this motherfucker for another second.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, hey, guess what? All your shit is right here at these boxes that I like, hell, I might have shit in it. I don't know, while I was packing it. Oh, hey, it was really funny when you were spitting in my food.
Yeah.
But, I accidentally had to fucking micturate all over your fucking, like, comic book collection, you fucking dweeb.
Micturate.
I love that word. But no, my point is, it's like, dude, no, this is not funny at all. Mm-hmm. It wasn't a joke ever. And I think this Andrew dude's a complete piece of shit.
Yeah. So. In my opinion, this person's not the asshole.
I think with nuance, because I think that you should not throw other people. Like, I mean, so this is what I'm imagining. And I'm the only reason I feel like I have to explain this. I'm assuming that this cat, Andrew, left. He's got stuff at the apartment, like whatever, like a laptop or whatever, and it's like all this shit got thrown away that it's like, I'm assuming at least $1,000 worth of shit. Because I would assume that most people own at least $1,000 worth of shit.
Even
if you're
just
talking about
your
clothes
laptop is likely that much.
Well, no, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like,
yeah.
Like bare bare bottom kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're like, it's like, let's say that you got fucking whatever, the cheapy, whatever, you gotta, I don't even know what, but.
I'm glad that all went through because he did offer a little bit of an explanation. He said that he feels like an asshole because he collected all his stuff and put it in a plastic bag and threw it in the trash. So if
That is throwing it in the trash.
I know. Like what I'm saying is in my mind, I'm like, okay, did he just like put it in the garbage can? How much stuff was it? Did he put it all in bags? You know, whatever. He physically put it, but how can all your belongings be in one bag?
Did he spit in the bag? Because I would have done that.
Because he said,
Did he say just one bag?
I collected all his stuff in a plastic bag and threw it all in the trash.
Is Andrew a homeless man that he just like brought in? Like what? Who can fit all of their belongings in a plastic bag?
That is what I'm saying.
I mean, maybe he just misspoke and he meant in plastic bags.
That makes the most sense.
Yeah.
To be
But
honest.
I'm imagining this guy like just, that's where I'm having trouble, I guess, coming to a conclusion on this is like, did he just take all like a particular spot and just pick that shit off and then put it in a trash can, or did he physically put it in a bag and throw it in a dumpster? You know what I'm saying? That different level.
How about this? People have been put in jail for licking ice cream at superstores.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could argue that the spitting in the guy's food is some kind of assault.
Right?
Like,
I would think so.
yeah.
And I mean, like, I can't
And for the guy
imagine.
just to admit it and do it in front of other people to show you how easy it is, bro. What? Are you okay? Like, clearly you're
So,
not. But
this is where I'm like. Sorry.
no,
sorry, go
I was just like fading off with that sentence anyway.
I just don't understand. Like, I've never in a zillion fucking, even someone I didn't like, I really like spitting in someone's food.
Yeah.
Like, that is just so next level for me.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that, in my opinion, that's like fucking with somebody's car kind of thing. That it's like, that is the most spineless bullshit fucking thing that you can do. If you have an issue, take it up. And if you're not fucking like whatever enough to like address it directly, go fucking show yourself out.
Yeah.
Because you're a fucking weenie. So like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's just, that is so spineless, man. It's just, it's embarrassing.
I'm not
for this
making
dude, so.
excuses by saying this, but you also have to take into consideration these are 24, 25-year-old guys.
No.
That's grown, dog.
Fucking adults, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking adults.
That's why
No, these
I
are.
preface that with I'm not making excuses.
Oh, no, I know.
That is what a frat bro would probably do.
I would not. I know.
Frat bros are not 25.
Allie,
Like,
quit
God,
picking
I
apart
hope not.
every single thing that I'm trying to say. The idea of a
They're
frat
grown,
bro,
dude.
I know
25
this,
is
but
grown.
that
That
is
idea of like a guy trying to get revenge on another guy in an immature manner, that is the age to fucking do that if they haven't matured enough mentally. That is just how they're gonna be, and that's not an excuse.
I have to,
That's bad.
I have to disagree.
Yeah.
I was 24 and 25 at one point.
Yeah.
And I never would have done this, dude.
I know, but that is
So-
you being a mature 24, 25-year-old.
No, I was dude. I was super immature, but you just
It
don't
wasn't a
do
dick
shit
spitting
like
in
that.
someone's food.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
no.
dude, I would like, oh, am I gonna fucking like pull my balls between my legs and like moon somebody kind of thing? Yes, I'll do that at 24, 25. Am I going to spit in something that someone else is going to eat?
Let me ask you
No,
this.
I'm not gonna do that.
Have you ever worked in a restaurant where you've seen somebody spit in someone else's food?
No, and I've worked in. Actually, I've only worked in one restaurant. So, but no, I've never seen anybody do that.
Then our experiences around people may be different because I know someone that did.
Dude, well, but that's fine, and that's fine. It's
they're also an asshole.
They are. I'm not disagreeing with that.
It's inexcusable. Like
that is very
it's just,
inexcusable.
man, that's just like
you should never do that.
Sucks.
I agree. You should never do that. I'm just saying.
But we're getting off. Yeah. We're cruising in the wrong direction. I think. Andrew's a fucking asshole. This dude, depending on
this guy's not great.
Yeah, depending on like what this dude actually did with the other dude's stuff. But I-24, I-24, whatever you fucking do with this stuff. Yeah, I just like, oh man, terrible situation. I hope he is better at picking out. God, and he called this dude a friend. Like what? That's insane too.
Needs better friends.
Yeah. Holy fuck. Anyway. Oh my God. Yeah, that's so gross. I can't even I would vomit if I knew that somebody spit in my food and I ate it. Ugh.
I'd be really mad.
Yeah.
Even finding a hair in my food just kind of makes me gag.
Finding my hair in my food.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, this is kind of off-putting. Jesus. Speaking of off-putting, let's talk about growing. Let's talk about growing human transplant organs in pigs.
Ooh, this was in a book I read recently. Fiction, but weird.
Is it? Are you sure? It's really funny about fiction.
This one,
give it enough time, it becomes reality.
How to talk, and they like start. The chapter was called Pig Son.
Oh, whoa, dude! All right, do you want to drop? The name of the book?
Sad. Yeah, it's called How High We Go in the Dark, and it was really good.
Really?
It's crazy though. It had euthanasia roller coasters for like a chat. Did I tell you about that?
God, that sounds familiar, but
it's been a thing that I've been fascinated with for a long time because like
that's how I would want to go out.
Yeah, and so in this, there was like each chapter is almost like a standalone story, but they all sort of overlap. It's set in like the near future. There's been some kind of plague that broke out, and it like affects a lot of like especially kids. And so when they know the kid is like basically not gonna make it, they take them to this place and put them on a euthanasia roller coaster.
Do they explain how the roller coaster works?
Some of the kids know, but not very many.
But I mean, like, so does it like?
There's a wiki page. Like, it's
but
it's
like the people that launch them. Yeah. Do they like get something during the ride?
No, it's just like the G-forces of it. Like, there's a
okay.
So page of like how this could work. Like, you could.
You did because it was like the spirals. Yeah. Okay. And so you just basically deprive the brain to the point to where you die.
I don't know how the G-forces work.
Theoretically, you just pass out, right?
I mean, and then your brain, once it's not had blood for a certain amount of time, starts dying.
Because it's like larger loop and then smaller.
But it's basically what a stroke. It's like an extended stroke. So, anyway. In other news, Japan startup creates pigs with organs suitable for human transplants. You guys ready for this?
I love it.
All right. So I feel like they could have done better with naming the company, but Japanese startup Poor MedTech. I'm going to stop right there. Poor MedTech. Does that not sound like it's just bad MedTech?
Yeah.
Is it poor like P-O-O-R?
No, it's P-O-R, but I mean, how else would you pronounce that?
Well, yeah. My brain wants it to be pork medtech.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they're going porcine.
Yes. Okay.
Right? Yeah, so it's like poor medtech, but it's like also doesn't translate well.
Nope.
So, Japanese startup Poor MedTech announced on Tuesday that it has produced 3 clone piglets that have organs that can be transplanted to humans with less risk of immune rejection, paving the way for future cross-species organ transplants. So I think that's cool. But at the same time, it's also weird. The piglets, which were born Sunday using cells imported from U.S. biotech startup eGenesis.
That's also we talked about before, isn't it?
We might have, actually. I don't know.
I think we covered one about them before.
The other thing that I don't like is so they imported it from U.S. biotech startup eGenesis.
Don't like that name.
Which also basically means that this stuff is probably not allowed in the States. There's some company in the fucking States that's saying, hey, Japan, you guys have a little less like strict, like, I don't know, like medical whatever legislation towards towards like fucking experimentation. So how about we just give it to you guys and
we just
take the torch?
We're doing that stuff over here too, though. I mean, I don't think it's that.
Well, so the only reason that I don't think that it at least, you might be right, but I don't think that it's allowed as far as they're allowed to take it, kind of thing. Now, granted, I don't know. I really don't. I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know exactly what Japan's like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like biotech laws.
Well, exactly. You know. But I'm just like, I find it really interesting that they would. What is the term? My God. Basically, offshore it. You know what's the not export. Anyway, but they choose another company. Why would you not want to have like all of the like medical research and all that stuff so that you can keep it like,
they may not have the capacity to do what this company could do, and this company just needed the cells from this biotech. I don't know.
Maybe that's the case. I have a way darker outlook on all of this.
I think you might be overcomplicating how you're thinking of it.
Maybe.
I'm not putting it past anybody either, though.
Sure, no. But anyway, so eGenesis sends this stuff over to poor MedTech. And let's see. And they're basically like gearing up for preclinical research. Poor MedTech, which is a spinoff of Meiji University, they imported gene-edited pig cells from eGenesis in September and took their nuclei into egg cells, creating genetically modified embryos.
Everything about this just throws red flags to me. Like just from the beginning, the name of the recipient, right? Poor whatever.
Poor MedTech.
Yeah, poor MedTech. Number two, the fact that the other company is exporting it and it's a startup. And also the name kind of bothers me as well. The name of the startup. And then lastly, the fact that poor MedTech is a branch or spinoff from another, like it just has a lot of layers that I don't like. Yeah.
Well, whoa, hang on. So you were looking for transparency. Larry, get the fuck out of here. That was so like 2019, man. Anywho, they were then implanted into the uterus. Actually, and I say 2019 jokingly because fuck, this stuff's been going on for decades. So anyway, they were then implanted into the uterus of a mother pig to produce clone piglets. Quote, the realization of xenotransplantation has been long awaited in Japan for several years, but it remained in the basic research stage because pigs that could withstand clinical application were still under development, the firm said in a statement. Okay. However, eGenesis has advanced research in this field by producing pigs that have a smaller chance of immune rejection by human recipients by manipulating 10 related pig genes, it added. Like, there are... You want to talk about red flags, dude? I love this one, too.
Pig genes.
I'm gonna try to get through this without laughing. The U.S. firm has also succeeded in creating pigs in which genes of porcine endogenous retroviruses, also known as pervs.
Come on,
right.
Come on.
I mean, like, and maybe this is just the Japan Times. Like,
I don't know.
I don't know who
Lost
the
in translation.
Japan Times is. So,
I don't know.
But anyway, so they were they succeeded in creating pigs in
No,
which
if you Google that, it comes up on like the National Institute of Health and stuff. Like,
really,
yeah.
So this is like legit.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
So anyway, so we're talking about pervs now. Porcine endogenous retroviruses, and they're inactivated. So this is the other thing that I have an issue with. When you inactivate genes, guess what mutations are? That's when like shit randomly activates.
Are we just like making cancers?
Dude, that's my point. Is it's like, dude, it's like we're just like the fucking Pandora's box has for some reason been opened in the medical community, and like everybody's just like, I don't know, let's see if it can happen.
Yeah.
Without wondering, oh my god, holy shit, we've got like pigs that are, we've got humans that are turning into pigs and pigs that are turning into humans. And
Man, bear,
like,
pig. Man, bear, pig.
Man, bear, pig is probably closer to reality than you think. So pervs, which are viruses that exist in the genome of all pigs and which can infect human cells, have long been a major stumbling block for xenotransplantation using pig cells, tissues, and organs. So they're inactivating this stuff so that potentially, so there is no potential for like retroviruses from this whatever the perv shit going on that
That's
it can't
such a fitting term too. Like it puts
dude,
a lot in perspective for me. I may be late to the party, but like the fact that I now know that perv is a legitimate like medical term, and you describe
it is now at least.
Yeah, you describing all this, I'm like, damn.
But this is just so wild to me because it's like, well, we inactivated that stuff. So, I mean, it shouldn't have any ill effects, if you get this like kidney from this pig that we grew it in. I mean, you shouldn't get any like porcine viruses or anything from it.
I think you'll get swine flu, but like, I'm pretty sure you won't get swine flu.
So you said we don't think?
Yeah,
so are we sure yet? Or
scientifically, it's scientifically near zero.
Yeah.
It's like a 5%. That's not much of a
So did you say zero?
Near
it's
zero.
It's near zero, yeah.
Okay, so
real low.
Yeah. So you're saying real low, but like,
it's not much.
Okay.
You're not as likely to get it as you are to not get it. It's like a 60-40.
I mean, you could walk outside and get struck by lightning in a storm. You don't question that,
it's
right?
true.
But on the other hand, you can go to the gas station and just on a hunch buy a lottery ticket and be a millionaire.
It's just a lot of that.
A lot of high-pitched noises are happening.
Squeals. Not from the pigs.
No, exactly.
From the researchers.
Last year, a term of researchers in the U.S., including those from eGenesis, announced that a monkey with a kidney transplanted from a genetically engineered pig survived for more than 2 years, making it one of the longest survival periods for a cross-species organ transplant. I think all of this is really cool.
Yep, but
it's terrifying at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, let's see here. They're basically just saying, hey, guess what? We need to check into this shit more. There's a massive global organ donor issue shortage. And yeah, I mean, like it. I like that they're thinking about this stuff in this way, but like, man, I feel like there's just shit that's happening so fast that it's like, I know that we've got a massive organ transplant like shortage, but like, holy shit, do we want to like have people, end up getting these organs that end up with like some kind of weird, like swine, what an illness kind of thing. Like, I mean, like this is like so weird.
Ellie, you want to take this one on Matt's comment? I think you'd do better justice on it than I would. To be honest with you, I'm just being completely honest.
Oh, Matt's chiming in. I love it.
You saying porcine?
Okay. So the porcine comment reminded Matt Redden of the other week when I was talking to one of us was talking about ferroequinology, and ferro means iron, so iron horse.
Ooh.
Now I can't remember what ferroequinology meant though.
No, I don't remember either, but I vaguely remember the term.
Train bro as a
train.
Yeah.
We're back to those guys.
So iron horse, like dudes that are trains.
Yeah. Okay.
Hey. Good looking out, Matt. That's interesting as hell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
See, I should have looked into the etymology of that because that's cool.
See,
as hell.
this is one of the things
I should have just realized Pharaoh is iron, and I didn't realize anything about it.
This is one of the things that I love about having a live chat is that like all these pieces just come together. Like, oh shit, look at that.
Yeah.
And having the fucking listeners that we have,
right?
Like, holy shit, like pointing stuff out. I love it.
Horse, man. Can we just call trains iron horses?
Oh,
like,
I love that. Yeah, I love that. Anywho, that's basically all I wanted to cover for that. Yeah, it was one of these things that I read about it, and I'd of course, on one hand, I'm just like, man, this is really cool, and it would be super cool to be able to, like, you know,
theoretically,
theoretically it'd be
cool.
Yeah, well, and then like what else? It's like, you know, there's some fucking like Mangala motherfucker like that's working in this field that it's like, so we can grow like organs. Well, how about we just grow humans?
See, it's such a slippery slope whenever you fuck around with like bioengineering.
Yes,
like
dude.
It's this close to just being not euthanasia. Fuck, eugenics.
Yeah,
like
eugenics, man.
It's almost always
all
eugenics.
Of it is.
It's eugenics all the way down.
Yeah, it kind of is, man. I mean, like, oh man, I just anyway. So yeah, I just I wanted to cover that though because I thought it was really cool if they're actually this far along with all this stuff. That's pretty fucking wild, and especially considering literally the biggest issue with organ transplants is rejections, like the body rejecting it.
Yeah.
And they're saying that they can reduce that by like, I can't remember what, like 10 times or something like that, or I don't know. I thought the number was 10. I could be wrong.
There's always got to be. I don't know, man. Again, if it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. So there's always there's got to be a flip side to it, right?
That's a terrible way to look at new science.
I know, but when it comes,
it is. But at the same time, you just always like it. That's why I always like for science to move quickly, but at the same time, like,
you can't have it both ways, you know.
Well, no, but you gotta have people pushing back on it because it's like, dude, if you just let people do what they're gonna fucking do, you're gonna have literal like people trying to create superheroes and shit.
Oh yeah,
and then you're gonna have like people over here that are trying to like superheroes and supervillains, and then you're gonna have people that are just trying to save people.
What's that?
You know what I'm saying?
A real off topic, but what's that vitamin from The Boys? The temporary.
Oh, I know what you're talking. It was something V, wasn't it?
Yeah, V. Yeah. Anyway,
like I can't remember what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. Did you watch that, Allie?
No.
Is that? Would you any interest?
I don't like superhero stuff. I don't like gory stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
okay, then my God, it's definitely not.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't share. So yeah, so that's all I got for that. Where are we gonna head from here, guys?
My computer has been fine, and fucking right now it freezes back up. So if you'll give me 2 seconds, I'll just pull this up on my phone and
Do you want to use mine?
No, it's the point. It's the point. I'm mad at my own technology now.
Principle.
I'm just mad.
Hey, I get it.
Thank you, though.
Hey, no worries, man. I'm just here to help. Just here to.
So. This story is from like last fucking open. What the fuck? Okay. This story's from last summer, but I just recently saw it and it's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever, hear me out for a second. Have you ever seen those like spikes that they install places so that like homeless people can't sleep on like
Yes.
So there's also things like that. I think people are more familiar with that. There's also things like that to stop birds from perching on things.
Oh, okay.
Because especially in like, say like a really busy street area, you don't want a bunch of pigeons hanging out right there and shitting on the sidewalk all day. Right?
Yeah.
So
I already told you guys about those offensive birds that live around here, so they poop in my direction. So.
They hate
the ones that like told you straight up they don't like you. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, hey, here's what I think about your yard.
So, birds have co-opted our anti-bird weapons in a genius counterattack. First off, that fucking picture of that, I'm not sure. They don't ever use their pronouns, and their name is really weird, and they have a beard, but they look odd. So I don't want to misgender that person, but they sure are something.
That's a bird nest.
Yeah,
like on their head.
Yeah,
that is a bird nest.
That hair is wild.
I love that hair.
I do too. You could hide stuff in that.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Did somebody need a pencil? I've got another one. It's right here.
It's like Sideshow Bob would be jealous. Like, yeah.
So, humans are cute. They think they can outsmart birds. They place nasty metal spikes on rooftops and ledges to prevent birds from nesting there. It's a classic human trick known in urban design as evil architecture. Fucking show title, evil architecture?
I'm writing it down.
Okay.
Love it.
Designing a place in a way that's meant to deter others. I think that's really fitting for the homeless thing.
Yeah.
Think of the city benches you see segmented by bars to stop homeless people from sleeping there. But birds are genius rebels. Not only are they undeterred by evil architecture, they use it to their advantage. So there's this Dutch study, crows and magpies, which are fucking genius birds.
Yes.
They're learning to rip those strips off of the anti-bird spikes off of buildings and use them to build their nests.
That is so cool.
Love it. And honestly, this will be in the newsletter too. And it's on vox.com. If you just search like anti-bird, I'm sure it'll come right up.
Yeah.
But the pictures are definitely worth it. Birds aren't real anyway.
Yeah, a lot of things come up.
Yeah. So it's talking about how we keep learning more about how intelligent birds are and stuff, despite using the phrase bird brain as an insult.
Well, but that's the funny thing is like
pigeons.
Yeah,
Pigeons are not like
pigeons are yes.
Pigeons don't count.
Pigeons don't. They're just flying rats.
Dumb as hell.
Wait, rats are actually kind of smart, aren't they?
I mean, we test things on them, so.
But I think that's more like
there's like bomb rats. I mean, there's there's,
remember that rat that retired?
Oh
yeah, love that guy.
Yeah.
All right, I think my computer's fixed again. Okay. So these nests are really cool, man.
No, these are super cool.
Yeah.
I love nature.
I do too. Birds are so cool. Also, Miette wanted me to tell everybody, we have a new kind of bird landing on the porch, and she hates it, but it's also very exciting. It's a tufted titmouse. They're like, they're so little.
Yeah.
And Miette's got a lot of feelings about him.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right. Just watching it constantly.
Oh my gosh. She like runs over there. She's like, what the fuck is this guy doing on my porch?
Oh, I love it, dude.
So there's a crow's nest from the Netherlands built with anti-bird spikes. Like clearly the whole nest is the spikes.
That's I mean, so my question
metal is what it is.
Literal and figurative. So my question is, like, how does that actually function as a bird nest if it was fucking like,
Well,
I mean, that looks uncomfortable as shit.
Well, that one specifically, they've got all the spikes aimed like almost quilted together.
Okay.
So that they form
Are we looking at the same one? Okay.
Yeah. So it almost forms like a net to hold the nest together.
That makes sense.
Are you talking about the same one that I'm showing on the stream right now? I don't know if you have it pulled up or not.
Yes,
the octagon looking. I don't know how many sides it has,
Yeah,
but like
yeah. Okay. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah,
It, like,
I think it's
volume when that's weird. So then magpies are also using anti-bird spikes for their nests. In 2021, a hospital patient in Belgium looked out the window and saw this huge magpie's nest in a tree in the courtyard. and this weird ass biologist. The biologist with the hair is named Auk Florian Heimstra.
He does look like that would be his name.
Right?
Yeah, I say we just call him.
He's got a beard, dude. I'm not.
He's not tricking anybody.
Look at that fro, bro. I mean, look at that.
I love that shit. If I could pull that shit off,
that guy is. Look how happy he is. He's so thrilled.
I was about to say that he looks like he would be the chillest guy to hang out with, and just would be a blast.
Like, imagine you sit by him at a bar and you make small talk, and you're like, "So what do you do for work?" And he's like, "Let me fucking tell you about birds."
He's like, no. He's like, your beer's too low. Get another one. I've got shit to say.
I'm so fucking glad you asked. You're like, oh god. I will take a picture, please, on a straw.
Yes.
Also, also, everybody ignore my hub tab that was open on that video. By the way, man, I'm just kidding. There was no hub tab.
Oh, I was like, come on, dude.
Come on, a little professionality goes a long way, man.
No.
I closed it. I closed mine before I started the podcast. So come on.
Hey, man.
So, our buddy, the biologist, one of this study's authors, went to collect that nest and found that it was made out of 50 meters of anti-bird strips.
Holy shit.
With no fewer than 1,500 metal spikes.
Wow.
So we're talking about the magpie one. Okay.
It's the size of like a crow.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a fucking bald eagle that needs a beast of a nest.
Aren't they or maybe I'm thinking of, I'm pretty sure that in Korea magpies are like really lucky or something like that.
Yeah. I think that's,
or is that worldwide?
I think it's a lot of places.
Okay.
Maybe not worldwide, but I think it might just be like a lot of Asian countries.
I got you.
I'm not sure. It might just be Korea. I don't know.
I don't either. So.
So he described the magpie nest as an impregnable fortress.
No, that is so cool.
It's so cool. They also they used one in another set of magpies. Use them to keep other birds out of their nest. Like, they use them the way that we intend to use them as humans. So they cool. Use it as a roof to be like, your spikes don't land on my shit. I love animals, man.
It's so wild. Like, and I mean, like, I would consider us animals still. I mean, we're high functioning animals.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's just wild how quickly animals adapt.
Yeah.
Like, and just like fucking figure out different ways. And it's like, oh man. Anyway.
If you want a really cool account to follow on any social media, this girl's username is Corvid Research.
Okay.
She's got a TikTok. That's where I just saw about this and then like looked up some stories about it. But she just posts stuff about corvids all the time. So like ravens and crows and magpies and shit. And
that's awesome.
That's so good.
Oh my.
So yeah. Corvids is that a it's like specific type of bird?
Yeah. So it's like crows, ravens, magpies, jays. Yeah. They're pretty generally really smart.
Gotcha. Okay.
And they do like they like hold grudges. No, like if you like kill a crow, like
they'll tell their buddies about it. Yeah.
No, they'll hold grudges over generations.
Mm-hmm.
There's been studies about.
They're like, hey, hang on, everybody, gather around. Now this motherfucker that lives in this house, he killed Jerry.
Jerry was my great grandpappy, and he was a good man.
He was a good bird.
He was a good man. He was a good man bird.
He was a good man bird.
He brought the people what they wanted, these shiny round objects. It seemed like they wanted them.
Exactly.
And then one day, he got hit with this round, solid thing, and I just don't understand. Anyway, let's shit on him for the rest of his life.
Well, this is the thing. Where Jerry, we like Jerry so much. We called him the Crow's Caw. So we just
Crow's crow.
He's a real Crow's crow.
Or Crow's crow.
No,
Crow's crow.
Corvids also like. She did an episode on the Ologies podcast about crow funerals. Like,
oh shit,
it's so interesting.
That's wild, dude. No, this is like This is like next fucking level,
It's
man.
so cool.
That is so funny.
Birds are like, oh, you thought?
Yeah. My God. So this is in Belgium, I guess, or
no,
Netherlands.
like just
Yeah.
all over the place.
And see, all of our crows are too like busy eating like McDonald's French fries for you know. It's like we don't have enough like anti-bird stuff for them. Oh, or they haven't been programmed to do that.
See,
yeah,
they don't have the
Right.
firmware
The
updates.
firmware updates.
Yeah, hasn't dropped. So I wasn't gonna cover this until the word impregnable came out.
Yeah.
Am I saying that right? Is that how we say it?
Impregnable.
I think so.
Okay.
Impregnable.
I'm not going to
Okay, yeah.
question you on pronouncing
Like you
words.
can't get
to be
in,
honest
right?
with you, I'm not
Thanks.
gonna-
No, I had a. Okay, it means incapable of being taken by assault, so unconquerable. Yeah, I was wondering if you say the G or not, but yeah, you do. You do. Okay.
Yeah, no, or at least that's how I've heard it pronounced. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
I think that's just one of those words that I've seen written a million times and not
Never
pronounced.
said it
Yeah.
out loud.
Yeah.
So this kind of works on it. I think it took away a little bit since you've given the definition of it, because now it's a little bit dark. All right. Anyway,
Yikes.
shit. I accidentally closed the spreadsheet, but fear not, I got it. So we are talking about a stingray here. And apparently the stingray got pregnant, and it's the new Virgin Mary of stingrays. So,
Oh my goodness. Immaculate conception.
yes, Charlotte, a stingray with no male companion, is pregnant in her mountain aquarium.
Oh my god, I bet a pregnant stingray is so cute.
I
gotta
bet
watch
a
her.
baby stingray is.
Oh yeah,
like
I've seen baby stingrays. They're real
beyond
cute.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So, based on the past two stories that were covered, yours, Daniel, and yours, Allie, I think this kind of plays in. So Charlotte, a rust-colored stingray the size of a serving platter, has spent much of her life gliding around the confines of a storefront aquarium in North Carolina's Appalachian Mountain. She's 2,300 miles from her natural habitat under the waves of Southern California. I need to zoom into this text. And she hasn't shared a tank of water, there we go, with a male of her species in at least 8 years. And yet, nature has found a way. Here we go. The aquarium owner said the stingray is pregnant with as many as 4 pups and could give birth in the next 2 weeks. Quote, here's our girl saying, hey, happy Valentine's Day. Let's have some pups, said Brenda Raymer. I about said Rammer, but it's Raymer. Executive director of the aquarium and Shark Lab on Main Street in downtown Hendersonville.
So they don't even have. Sorry.
Go
ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I'm assuming you're going to get into it.
I will get to the answer to your question. I'm just
cool.
curious to hear it first.
Well, no, I was like, they don't have any clue. Like, they don't have any clue how this
That's
stingray.
a good point. That's a good point.
Okay.
Okay. So
cool.
an expert on the stingray said it would have been impossible for Charlotte to have mated with one of the 5 small sharks that share her tank.
Ooh.
Despite news reports suggesting that was the case after Raymer joked about a possible interspecies hookup. So,
Dang, dude.
I
and
mean,
on Valentine's Day?
it's
I'm just kidding.
Anyway, the small aquarium is run by Raymer's educational nonprofit team ECCO, which encourages local school children and others to take an initiative in science. Its biggest lesson now is on the process of parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis. There we go.
There you go.
A type of asexual reproduction in which offspring develop from unfertilized eggs, meaning there is no genetic contribution by a male. Now,
oh, that's wild.
yeah. Now, this kind of makes me think of, well, it's not really the same, but how male seahorses give birth, right? But they still have to have a partner. Am I wrong? Or
no, I
think they just carry the eggs in a pouch.
They
I
just
don't
carry.
think. Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But they're like they have to be fertilized by like another seahorse kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Right.
eggs come from the female, so
And they carry it.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
So they actually fertilize. It's like deposited in them, and they fertilize it and carry it.
yeah,
kind of thing, or something like that.
something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey man, I only know how to make human babies.
Look, man.
Just kidding.
Right.
Right.
So the mostly rare phenomenon can occur in some insects, fish, amphibians, and birds and reptiles, but not mammals. Documented examples have included California condor, Komodo dragon.
Dude, oh my god. Can we do Commando Dragon? Commando Dragon show title.
And the yellow-bellied water snakes.
That sounds like an insult. You yellow-bellied water snake.
It really does. Specifically,
Get the fuck out of here.
Specifically from like Back to the Future.
It sounds like almost.
We need to get more back to calling stuff yellow-bellied.
Yes.
You have to say yellow.
Yellow.
You know,
Yellow belly.
If you want to be really critical about it, it almost sounds racist. Like it could have that connotation, but
You know, honestly, I would be interested to know the
We're not going that deep into
origin. No. I dig.
yeah.
For the I thought you meant
Yellow
specifically
belly.
the snake. I was like, it probably has a yellow belly. You meant that? Yeah. I got you.
I'm looking it up. Don't worry.
So Katie Loins, a research scientist at the Georgia.
It's just lions. It's lions. Dude.
I'm gonna pronounce. It's lions, but loins for comedic purposes. It's lions though.
Oh my god. Okay, can I read this real quick?
Sure.
Sorry. Real quick tangent. The word originally applied to birds that literally have a yellow belly, like the yellow-bellied sapsucker.
You yellow-bellied sap.
Oh my god! Can we all start using this now?
Yeah.
I love it.
Yellow-bellied sapsucker?
I love it. I love it.
My god.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Allie. How do you pronounce her last name again? Lions.
Lion.
Sorry, I don't know why I keep putting the U and I don't know, man. Katie, I don't know. Look, okay, Katie Lyons. I know there's no U. I don't know, man. Look, I'm fucked up. Okay, like fucked up in the head, not like
Your buddy Brandon said Happy Valentine's Day to Tether.
Oh man, thank you, Brandon. Happy Valentine's right back at you and your family, friend.
Hey, thanks everybody hanging out with us on your Valentine's night. By the way,
yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day to everybody in the chat, man.
Any other way, dogs?
Absolutely.
Anyway, Katie Lyons, a research scientist at the Georgia Aquarium in Atlanta, who's not involved with the North Carolina Aquarium. They had to make sure that was, said. Said Charlotte's pregnancy is the only documented example she's aware of for this species, round stingrays. So there's a lot more. I'm sure there's something important in there, but moral of the story is,
It's just
this
wild,
happened.
though.
Yeah.
That's really fascinating.
Well, I mean, I guess I should have kept going, but Lyons said that she isn't shocked. Other kinds of sharks, skates and rays, a trio of animals often grouped together, have had these kind of pregnancies in human care. So I guess it's a possibility that this could happen because nature finds a way, according to her. She is quoted by saying, "I'm not surprised because nature finds a way of having this happen."
She took that from Jurassic Park.
That's life finds a way.
Oh, you're right. Thank you for setting me straight.
I kind of skimmed a little bit, Larry, and like right after where we just were.
The embryo,
says,
yeah.
It's like they're not cloning themselves. An egg fuses with another cell, triggers cell division, and leads to creation of an embryo. So like, almost like an amoeba or something, kind of, right?
So it's almost like budding kind of thing. Not literally budding, but it's just like, oh, well, I don't need something else to...
I guess. Huh.
That's fascinating. So does that mean that it's only going to like, okay, I would assume this would be like a female, whatever ray,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So is it only going to produce female rays because it's not going to have the Y?
Something like that
Something like
before,
that?
but I haven't researched it.
Gotcha.
So this,
I mean, that would make sense, but I don't know.
This quote is the most southern thing that you can take away from this article. Raymer said,
"My God, this Ray loves slopping its kids with some gravy and biscuits. Biscuits."
Raymer said,
Did you see the quote? Did you see the quote?
No, I really didn't.
Dude. That's
No, are you shitting me?
Hold on.
No, I have not read
Oh,
anything.
That's so funny.
Oh no, Allie, you have to do it.
I haven't read anything.
When I get to the
I was
quote.
literally just like looking around
That's
and
so funny.
Raymer
I'm not looking.
Raymer said she and others at the nonprofit at first thought that Charlotte had a tumor when they noticed a lump on her back that was
blowing up like a biscuit. Oh my God.
I love you for the South. I love you for the South, man.
But an ultrasound
Then it goes on. We were all like, shut the back door. There's no way. We thought we were overfeeding her, but we were overfeeding her because she has more mouth to feed.
Oh my God.
It hurts.
I
to talk like
fucking
that.
love it, dude. I love it, man. Holy hell. Oh my God. That's fucking incredible.
I love it.
Just looks like a biscuit. Oh,
blowing
man.
up like a biscuit. Dude.
Holy
it's the
shit,
greatest
that's
thing.
amazing.
I thought
That's
you read
fucking
ahead
awesome.
and like, no.
No, I legitimately did not. I just, honestly, I was talking to Megan the other day. Actually, I say the other day, earlier today.
Yeah.
I really want some biscuits and gravy soon. Like,
God, I love biscuits and gravy.
yeah, dude. Oh my God. Some good like sausage gravy. Holy hell.
Man.
If I slapped it on my forehead, my tongue would beat my brains out trying to get a taste.
All right,
So,
there we go. Bradleyism.
all right. So we good here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's stay in the vein of animals and let's talk about some mutant wolves that ours truly in the chat, Matt Redden, he sent this to me. So credit where credit is due. Thank you, Matt. I thought this was pretty fascinating. Plus, I fucking love Chernobyl, and this made me want to rewatch it.
This is a very critter heavy episode.
It is.
It's good. It's good.
Well, dude, this is on brand,
Big
or
fan.
at least on brand for the newsletter.
Yep.
Right.
Yep, for sure.
So mutant wolves roaming Chernobyl exclusion zone have developed cancer-resilient abilities, according to the study. Now, I am going to go ahead and correct what they say because I read through this and I was like, they didn't really develop cancer-resilient abilities. Basically, what happened is like you've got animals that are living there, and you've got the ones that aren't resistant to it that die, and then the other ones like breed
so
it's not, they're not developing it, it's just like I'm just saying that it's like genes
evolution is taking place right in front of our eyes. Yeah
Okay, what's your point?
Oh no, it's not that they're resilient to, like you don't go dunk yourself into
it's
a
not
nuclear
like it's not like animal
wasteland.
animal A is not, it was not resilient to whatever cancer, and then it became animal A resilient to cancer. It's animal A died off.
Are they misusing resilient? Shouldn't that be resistant?
Yeah,
Resilient is more like
that it can handle it, right? Versus like it just doesn't, it is not affected by it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Or
yeah,
that's
yeah,
my
yeah,
understanding.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's basically like, oh, these guys, well, fuck, I'll just get
yeah, let's go.
How about that?
Oh no.
Sorry, that was that's how it started.
Always the New York Post that does this.
I know.
Oh,
We got to look at the Allie Griffin. So if you have qualms with how this is written, Allie Griffin at the New York Post. So, mutant wolves that roam the human-free Chernobyl exclusion zone have developed cancer-resilient genomes that could be key to helping humans fight the deadly disease, according to a study. The wild animals have managed to adapt and survive the high levels of radiation that have plagued the area after a nuclear reactor at the Chernobyl power plant exploded in 1986, becoming the world's worst nuclear accident. I have watched that so many times.
You love that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I could literally watch it every week. Megan's probably going to like text me during this. She's probably heard me say Chernobyl and she's like, no,
Not
please,
again.
not again, dude.
Yeah.
But I've watched it so many times and I keep on forgetting that it happened the year that I was fucking born.
It's crazy.
Which is wild. Well, that was the year you were born too, wasn't it?
No, I was 85.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so humans abandoned the area after the explosion leaked cancer-causing radiation into the environment, and a 1,000 square mile zone was roped off to prevent further human exposure. But in the nearly 38 years since the nearly 38 years, thanks.
Rude.
Thanks, New York
Called
New York
it.
Times, New York Post. Yeah.
It's all the same.
Yeah, right. But in the nearly 38 years since the nuclear disaster, wildlife has reclaimed the area, including packs of wolves that seem to be unaffected by the chronic exposure to the radiation. Oh man, I'm seeing these like pictures and I'm like, I want to watch this so fucking bad now.
Megan
Anyway,
has already commented on this and she said that we need a longer break. Yeah.
Anyway, so hey, it's her fault for getting employed out at ORNL because then I got to go on like site visits and stuff occasionally, and they're like, oh, this was like a really old reactor that we used and stuff, and this is how it worked because it worked very similar to the reactor that fucking exploded or whatever. And so it's not in use anymore, but like,
okay, just wanted to make sure that you were covering your bases and not divulging anything that you signed a waiver for.
Dude. So the running joke with Megan working at ORNL is I was like, oh man, you got like security clearance? Like what? Like, are you not allowed to talk about stuff? She goes, dude, my security clearance is one above foreigner. And I was like, well, what does that mean? She goes, well, let me put it this way. Foreigner is one above visitor. So she's like, I don't have clearance. Like,
Yeah.
there is nothing. So, but no. So it's super cool getting to go out there and just see the like, for instance, getting to go out and see the heifer and just like see that God, this shit that they're talking about, if you saw Oppenheimer, like, dude, it's just so weird that like our lab, like fucking Oak Ridge, had a big hand in that. Like, that is so wild to me. Like, and nobody fucking knew that it was going down. That's the like.
That's the point of a secret project. I mean,
no, I get it, but it's like it's such a astronomically large project.
Yeah.
How can like that shit? But like even so, there's a book, and the Girls of Atomic City.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
No, I haven't.
So my mom read it. Megan read it. Both of them really loved it. I want to read it. But it was just, it's this thing of like people getting hired to do a job that they're not allowed to like know anything other than the one thing that they do, kind of thing.
Oh, you mean like
you know what it
America,
reminds me?
pretty much.
Kind of, but you know what it really reminds me of?
I always get it mixed up with the Radium Girls.
Oh,
I hadn't heard of that one.
Oh man,
Really? Oh no.
That's a good dollop episode to listen to.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's like people that were in like factory like they used to use radium before they knew what radium poisoning was.
Yeah.
To like make like the hands on watches glow in the dark.
Yeah.
And to paint them. the women would like they needed their brush to be like so they would lick their brush and then pay like their jaws were falling off.
Oh,
Like
you haven't read the book for book club, have you? Oh, okay. Speaking of jaws falling off,
man, listen, I'm exposure to shit.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Two things. I have not read the book that Allie's talking about, but I've heard about it in passing.
No, I don't know if it's a book. I just there's a really good Dollop episode on it specifically, but like it's just like that's just kind of what the like Haze in general is called.
Well, I've heard about that in passing. I don't know many details about it. Number two, Megan is celebrating because she said there's a book that she's read that Allie hasn't. So,
yay!
But so Megan was telling me about this book that basically you had people getting hired to do jobs that they were like, well, basically they didn't know why they were doing it. They were just hired to do this job and not ask questions, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which made me totally think of the fucking murder castle.
Mm-hmm.
And all the contractors, every contractor is like, well, why am I installing this weird ass pipe that goes down to this place and stops? And it's like,
don't worry about it.
Don't fucking worry about it.
And then,
I mean, like, it's it's so weird. But anyway, I'll move on. So Kara Love, an evolutionary biologist and ectotoxicologist. No, not ecto. Sorry. Ecotoxicologist.
That's fun.
I know, right? It's like, I want ghosts.
Yeah, that's the exact thought.
Right. Ecotoxicologist in Shane Campbell Statton's lab at Princeton University. God, that's a fucking mouthful.
Dude, I would have spent
shit.
like 30 minutes on that one alone.
Dude, I almost did. I almost had to tag Allie in for
Wait a
help.
second, hold on. So you're telling me that this is anyway? Yeah.
So they've been studying how the mutant wolves have evolved to survive their radioactive environment and presented their findings at the annual meeting of the Society of Integrative and Comparative Biology in Seattle, Washington, last month. So they basically went into the exclusion zone in Chernobyl. And they put GPS collars that would measure radiation exposure on the wild wolves. And so they could know exactly where they were, how much exposure they were getting in those specific areas so that they could basically say, oh, you know, these are high exposure places, these are low exposure places, all that jazz. They learned that the wolves are exposed to 11.28 millirem of radiation daily for their lifespans, more than 6 times the legal safety limit for humans.
Jeez.
So I don't know what's going on with these wolves, but they're doing it right. They're doing something right. So
all you had to do was live in Chernobyl. Perfect.
Right, there you go, man. Let's see. Love pinpointed specific regions of the wolf genome that seem to be resilient to increased cancer risk. The release states. Let's see. The research could be key to examining how gene mutations in humans could increase the odds of surviving cancer, flipping the script on many known gene mutations like the BRCA that cause cancer, or like BRCA. Chernobyl dogs, the descendants of former residents' pets, may also possess similar cancer resilience, though they haven't been studied in the same way as their cousins. Their wild cousins, sorry. The issue is they have come to a halt on the research because COVID happened, and then the Russian-Ukraine shit is happening. So basically research has been shut down, which sucks because it seemed like they were like actually making progress in it. But I thought this was really fascinating, and thank you for sending it, Matt. Because like, holy hell, man. Like, I feel like anything that we can uncover in regards to figuring out like what the hell is happening with cancer in our bodies, you know? I mean, my God, that is a win for literally the world.
Yeah.
So Man, I hope they're able to spin their research back up sooner than later. So, but that's about all I've got for that one. So sorry to just jump off at that point, but yeah, that's all I got.
I've got just a, like sort of quicker weird one. Texas attorney who poisoned his pregnant wife with abortion medication sentenced to 180 days in jail.
What?
I feel like that's a light sentence.
100.
Like,
holy shit.
Yeah. Catherine Herring, the estranged wife of Mason Herring, told a Harris County court a couple weeks ago that the sentence was not strict enough. Yeah. So their now 1-year-old daughter, who she now has developmental delays and attends therapy 8 times a week.
Jeez, dude.
So I do not believe that 180 days is justice for attempting to kill your child 7 separate times, she said.
What?
Yeah, I completely agree.
So the husband, Mason Herring, 39, is accused of drugging drinks that he gave to his wife of 11 years after learning in 2022 that she was pregnant with their 3rd child. At the time, they were separated, but they were doing couples counseling. She told police during a counseling session in March 2022 that she told her husband, that's worded weird. She told police that during, like, the police weren't at the counseling session. That fucked me up.
Yeah.
Police at your marriage counseling. So weird situation.
Court order? Like, what the fuck?
Just telling the police about this.
Yeah, gotcha.
That she told her husband about the pregnancy, and he had a negative reaction. And after that evening, he sent her text messages expressing that he was not happy about the pregnancy and did not know what to do. He allegedly told her that the pregnancy, quote, would ruin his plans and make him look like a jerk.
Wow, dude.
Plans for what? What exactly?
See, also, what might make you look like a jerk is trying to sneaky make your wife have an abortion. Like,
well, so okay,
it's not great.
I completely agree. 180 days in jail is fucking stupid, and like, the question is like, what, like, should he be killed?
He didn't kill anybody.
Okay, so no, I'm starting at the. And I'm walking it back.
Well, I also don't believe in the death penalty.
Yeah, true. So should he go to life in prison over attempted murder? Because this is attempted murder, in my opinion.
I mean, that, and like, it's got to at least be some sort of like felony level assault too.
Yeah, you know? I mean, I don't know.
Like,
yeah,
it would have to be a bunch of charges, and for the kid to survive and now have all these like.
Well, that's what
resulting from.
I mean, like, honestly,
in my opinion, it's gotta, since the child survived, it's gotta be at least attempted manslaughter.
Well, so isn't manslaughter accidental, like, in itself? Am I wrong? I don't.
I could have the definition wrong, so it could be attempted murder.
I would guess attempted murder because he was obviously trying to.
I don't think attempted manslaughter is a thing.
I thought manslaughter was just like, oh, you killed somebody, but there was no intent.
You didn't mean to.
Like,
so,
right?
Okay. So yeah.
So attempted murder kind of thing, like,
yeah.
Which
well, I mean, you start really getting into like ideologies and political stuff when it comes to this specific situation.
Well, you're right, because I mean, like, at what point is the baby alive?
So Trey in the chat, Trey just said, "How is it not attempted murder on the mom? He tried to abort a whole ass grown woman." I don't think he was trying, but I don't think he was trying to kill her. I think he was just like sneaking abortion medication in just to cause an abortion. I don't know that they could prove.
That's how it reads. That's how it seems like it reads.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely one of those situations where, like,
man.
Yeah.
Now,
being the other parent,
if he had poisoned like the mom with something other than abortion medication, like if it had been like fucking cyanide or something, like that could definitely be more attempted murder on the mom. Yeah.
Like and I'm just trying to understand it from a perspective that I can understand it from. That it's like, okay, if the mom was secretly taking like some kind of abortion thing, over the counter abortion pill, And it's like, I'm like, what the fuck? You know, it's like, what's happening? Why are we having all these complications? And then she has the child, and we find out that like that was going on. That it was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, you know, which I know it's different.
Sure.
It's different because it's the mother.
Yeah,
but
it's definitely one of those situations again where beliefs and politics come into play. Now, to put it out there, 180 days is definitely, either way you go with it, definitely not acceptable. 180 days. It's not.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I would agree.
As far as what on your scale from death penalty to, capital punishment, I don't know.
Or like life in prison, or you know, it's like if you don't agree with the with capital punishment, then it's like, okay, then we start at like life in prison kind of thing.
Like Ali
said,
okay,
is that
like Ali said, it definitely has to be a felony, right? It's not something that you should just be able to wipe off, right? 180 days misdemeanor, whatever it was. I don't know what it was, but to me, 180 days it's not enough.
That's just
so. There's a little more detail to it.
Okay.
So she told authorities that her husband began to talk to her about her hydration and how she needed to drink more water. That's not. Well, I'm only saying that too. I'm not trying to poison y'all. I just want you bitches to be hydrated, okay? I'm not mixing anything in your water. I'm not even giving you the water. I'm just telling you about it.
You can't lead a horse to water.
Ali, what's in this water? It's making me feel funny.
That's an IPA.
Oh shit!
I did spit in your water.
So there's plenty of hops. That's an IPA.
There's
said, couldn't the charge be something similar to putting a roofie in someone's drink and they're permanently damaged from it, like a car crash afterwards or some shit from the effects? Yeah, I think.
Well, so the other thing is it's involving a child.
Well,
like
but
at this point.
Yeah, at this point, because it had yeah.
So it's kind of one of those things that it's like, okay.
I think it's just such a unique case that we don't know how to
No, and I agree. Well, and I mean, fuck, it's not like
Sure.
any of us are like legal professionals, so it's like
no, not at all.
We're really no, but we're just like, hey man, we're just throwing shit at the wall and
just
looking to see what sticks.
Want to make that.
So one day he brought her breakfast and water and said he would not leave until she drank the whole cup.
Oh, that's sketchy.
She noticed that the water looked cloudy, but he was like, "Oh, just the cups or the pipes are dirty is all."
The pipes,
Your pipes are dirty. Go get them cleaned.
Seriously.
After drinking the beverage, she became severely ill and experienced cramping. When she began to bleed, she said she went to the ER. Suspecting that her husband was trying to poison her, she set up cameras around the home. She told police that on 6 other occasions, he gave her beverages mixed with abortion medication, but she did not drink them. She also gave authorities video that showed him mixing a substance in her drink and throwing away trash from his car, according to the complaint. She told authorities that when she went through the discarded trash and found a package for medication that contained misoprostol, which is used to induce abortion.
There it is. That's the question that I was going to ask, but yeah.
Like, what was it?
Oh, yeah. Like, how did she know it was abortion medication? But yeah, you cleared it up. Yeah.
And then he was a Houston attorney, and he was initially charged with a felony assault to induce abortion.
Nice.
Hey.
I nailed that. All right.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like I'm a fucking lawyer at this point.
She's not, by the way.
God. So,
done with jury.
I'm gonna hang Allie's like honorary JD behind her.
Between all the shit that I read, just
dude.
it's a weird hobby, and then now, I'm so tired of the courthourhouse.
Honestly, they couldn't ask for a better person. They're like, we think this girl is really into true crime, so let's throw her on.
I've not said anything to make them think that. Like, I don't.
Look, all right, I have thoughts on Allie being a juror on a case that I would be involved in. Do I want to get away with something? No.
What?
Do I want it to be impartial? Yes. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
He's just saying that you might not be a good impartial juror for him.
Yeah.
No,
I'm paying you compliments. Like,
they ask you if you know anybody in the case or any of the lawyers or anything. Like,
no,
ask you
no.
that.
Hypothetical.
Yeah.
Like, if you didn't know me, would I want you? No. But at the same time,
because I'm paying too much attention.
it's like, oh shit, this girl like looks at everything. Fuck,
Dude.
no.
Man.
They asked me so many questions this time, and they still fucking left me on the jury. Okay. So Mason Herring was a Houston attorney. He was charged with the felony assault to induce abortion. He accepted a plea agreement and charges of injury to a child and assault of a pregnant person. In addition to 180 days in jail, a judge ordered him to 10 years of probation and barred him from having contact with his estranged wife and his 1-year-old daughter. His attorney says the sentence was reasonable. It's a sad situation, and he has accepted his responsibility. Cry about it.
I would think 10 years of probation on top of like way more jail time.
And like you,
but I honestly, I don't know. I'd have to know like what other, because I don't know off the top of my head.
Did I mishear this, or is he himself a lawyer?
Yeah, was. I'm sure he got disbarred over this.
Okay, I was going to ask if he was disbarred as well.
Oh, damn. Which is like kind of super fucked, because I wonder if he did shit in a certain manner that it was like, that he knew that he was going to fucking get 180 days.
Well, that was a plea. That was a plea deal. So it was like, I don't know.
Or maybe not 180 days, but like,
I always wonder where they come up with these plea deals that they give people. They're like, if you go to trial, you might go to jail for 30 years, but like, if you'll just plead guilty, we'll give you 6 months.
I guess
like, 6 months and 10 years probation. It's like, hey, guess what? Obey the fucking laws, like every other fucking human that would
was on probation. Like, what do you?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like one of these things. Oh, so you have to like act like a normal fucking human that contributes to fucking society.
Law for 108 or 10
don't get caught breaking laws.
Yeah, I mean, is that not literally what probation is? It's like, I'm sorry, like it's a fucking joke. To be honest with you, it's like,
hey,
be a normal citizen.
Give us money while being a normal citizen.
Yeah. I don't know. Fuck it, whatever. Hey, it's our justice system at work.
Oh, speaking of all this, Larry, I made an executive decision about what we're doing for Untethered this time.
It's true.
Because I found this really cool article about the true crime canon, and it's the 25 best crime books, podcasts, and documentaries of all time.
Oh, I love that.
And I, for real, it's such a good list, and I'm like, I told Daniel, I was like, we can do a whole episode of Untethered just on this, because it's fucking good content. And I was reading it, and I was like, the stuff that I've not consumed, I have to now.
No, that sounds great, for real.
Good. So yeah, everybody listening, y'all want that.
And
if you're watching live, we'll be right back on.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Larry, do you want to do one quickie to take us out, and then we'll do a real quick bathroom break and cruise into Untethered?
Yep.
Does that sound good?
Sure. I'm just trying to
I can do one if you don't want to.
Okay. So, just so that we can get them.
Excuse me?
That one. Okay. By the way, that's a clip that's coming out. I'm getting that clip ready about the fucking AI speech. I just had to make sure. Yeah, there's a whole thing.
AI speech.
Yeah, Allie, a couple of weeks ago was talking about the AI assistant, and then you two went on a thing about mispronouncing words, and Allie was like, so.
I vaguely remember this.
You remember that?
Hear me out.
Oh no.
I'm working on something. Some of these clips take a lot of post-production, so that's why they roll out a little bit later. So anyway.
Doesn't even matter, dude. As long as it's entertaining, rock and roll.
All right. So in the spirit of today, Valentine's Day, February 14th, which is the day that we are live and recording, video shows police officer in Valentine's Day bear costume take down suspected lady drug dealer.
Ooh, all right.
Sorry, love.
Tell me more. Tell me more. Does he drive a fast car?
Sorry, love. He's just not that interested, is the way this article opens up. A Peruvian police officer lured out a suspected drug dealer with a fake Valentine's Day gift while wearing a fuzzy bear costume and beckoning her out into the streets with a box of chocolates.
Let me just say, if I were writing this article on like a site like Slate or something that just puts together like a graphic for the like teaser picture, I would have the classic cartoon setup of like the box with the stick with the string on it with like, and it's just got, it's got a box of chocolates under it.
Yeah.
Like, that's what this story setup is.
It totally, absolutely.
Dude. Okay, so I don't know how the furry community would feel about this. Let's not even upset them.
Okay.
But anyway, this is fucking hilarious. All right, could you imagine being the officer being assigned, hey, we have a serious drug dealer out here.
Hear me out. Hear me out, Chief. I got an idea.
Garcia,
Chief.
Jerry, over here.
I've got this costume, right? Listen, don't ask why I've got this, but I've got this bear costume, okay? It's real. It's actually.
No one here watches Dancing Bear, do they? Anybody watch Dancing Bear?
So how do you expect, Garcia, how do you expect to lure this person out?
I mean, if it comes down to it, you can fuck in the costume.
All right. Does it have a crotch hole?
Yes.
Does it have
what would be the point if it
does it
didn't
have a crotch hole? Does it have a booty oh my god, what is it called?
Booty flap.
Booty flap.
Yeah.
So you say you got a booty flap, you got a crotch hole. All right.
That's the whole checklist right there.
All right. Let me check. Let me check my notebook. Yep. Two things.
That's it. Let's get this case going.
Crotch hole and booty flap.
Show title.
I actually saw crotch hole and booty flap open for Marauder at the Carnes Community Center.
I've heard of them. They've got some real bangers.
Fuck you guys.
Didn't you have a story?
Yeah.
No, not anymore.
Come on, dude. Come on.
Okay.
You can do it.
Quote. Here we go. Quote. Can you imagine a triple plush teddy bear captured a drug dealer?
Triple plush?
What does that mean?
What the fuck does that even mean?
3 times as fluffy.
3 plush?
What is this, a Cottonelle ad?
Whoa, hang on. Are you telling me you've only got a double plush teddy bear?
That
Get
won't
the
do.
Fuck out of here. No. I only deal with triple
I'm trying to
plush.
catch a drug dealer. You roll in with a double plush?
Not a fucking kindergartner. Come on, guys.
This is serious work.
This isn't Build-A-Bear. This is the fucking PD.
Whoa. Anyway.
Did you just redact yourself?
I don't know where we're talking. Oh, yeah,
Peruvian.
Peru.
It's Peru. Wait, right?
It's the Peruvian PD, the PPD.
Anyway, on the day of love and friendship, joke Peruvian National Police spokesman Jose Honorio. It happened in Lima, the country's capital. Video shows the officer down on one knee, holding a sign that reads in Spanish, "You are my reason to smile." The candy,
wow.
the candy and a heart, the candy and heart-shaped balloon, I guess, with candy and heart-shaped balloon.
Yeah.
The dupe,
oh man,
the dupe suspect came out on her porch before the video cuts to another shot. This time, the officer without a mask, but still dressed as a bear, placing her in handcuffs.
dude, I love this. And the screen
getting arrested by a whole ass triple plush teddy bear, and he's just taken off the head. I'm running. I'm suiciding by cop.
Yeah.
I'm jumping off a cliff.
Yeah, I'm making sudden moves immediately.
Y'all would never let me live that down.
no.
And you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
What we would do is we'd be like, you know what? We'll bail you out, Allie, but you have to give us all access to the arrest photo.
So,
because it's going to the show notes.
Police pulled out multiple stashes of what appeared to be heroin and other similar opioids. Still wearing his costume, the bear himself pulled some of the contraband out of a drainage grate.
Oof.
The video shows, you can see the pictures of the guy in a bear costume arresting the person.
I'm obsessed with it.
It's incredible, dude.
Okay,
so funny.
I am going to show it right the
Yes, I was gonna say, please
now.
please put it up there.
There we go. All right, perfect.
Dude,
so
that is just awesome.
The video shows at least 2 female suspects being arrested and loaded into the back of an unmarked police truck. Details on the specific charges were not immediately available. But look at this guy.
Dude, I am like,
I love it.
Literally watching the video, and it's just fucking incredible, man. Like,
okay, I just scrolled up to the one.
It is just.
I just scrolled up to the one with the fucking bow.
I mean, dude, like, it is just like there's no way to get around the fact that it's just like what?
The lashes on that teddy bear, though. The lashes and bow on the teddy bear.
I tell you what, if that comes up to me and they're like, "Stop, police," I'm gonna be like, "Where?"
Yeah,
It's just the police, because it's not the teddy bear.
oh my god, it's just incredible. Yeah. Wait, are you telling me Teddy Ruxpin? He's a police officer these days?
I can see Grubby, but not Teddy Ruxpin. Like,
wait, who's Grubby?
His best friend, the glowworm?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even remember who Teddy Ruxpin is.
Oh.
I just knew that name.
Oh man, I had
God, I just like walked myself in a corner.
Grubby. Google Grubby.
Okay, on it. Dude.
I'll get it. I'll get it because I'll know it when I see it.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, he's awful. Like, I don't know. Like, I love
Jesus,
him, but
it looks like some like
I can
malformed.
the worm because he's got legs.
It's a grub. It's got to be.
I'm
a
sorry.
grub,
He's
right?
an octopede, an 8-legged creature commonly found near water in his home country of Octagonia. Octagonia.
Checks out.
Wow.
Yeah. This guy.
Okay. Well, that one looks way more normal than the animated version.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
the animated version looks like it's like just disease ridden or something. I don't even know what. So, holy shit, man. So, well,
man.
I hope that nobody fell prey to a fucking teddy bear trying to give out chocolates.
Yeah, well, if you
really looking to serve arrest warrants.
If there's a bear that knocks at your door and you have committed felonies in, I don't know, the last 1 to 2 years, don't open the door because it may be a cop.
Dude, that seems like pretty solid advice.
It's pretty good logic.
Yeah. So
Just saying. Just throwing that out.
So honestly, with episode 289 of the Tether Radio podcast, not only do you get entertainment and news, but you also get public service.
So like, all cops are bastards, like ACAB.
ACA.
What if it's all cops are bears?
No.
Is that all it is?
It might be.
Fuck.
Oh my god.
Breaking news, you heard it here first.
These are the questions that are asked on the Tether Radio podcast
really
that honestly, they're not asking elsewhere, I promise. Now,
These are the hard-hitting questions that you're only getting with the Tether
you
Radio
can argue
podcast.
that it's not a relevant question, and honestly, a lot of people take that argument. We won't,
Trey,
because we're agreeing with you.
Trey said that there's nothing worse than a bear with a badge.
Ooh,
Show title. Show title.
Bear with a badge.
Bear with
That's
a badge.
Really good. That's a really good show
We
title.
picked some good show titles this time.
We did.
Also, for YouTube's sake, everything covered here tonight is for entertainment and comedic purposes. Do not take
Absolutely.
our advice seriously.
Yeah. And we definitely don't know. We know just enough about law to get ourselves in trouble, but not enough to get ourselves out of trouble.
Yeah.
Never talk to the police.
It's true. Only talk to your lawyer.
That's the biggest fucking thing out there.
Yeah.
Don't ever go to
absolutely.
Carry around
Absolutely.
some duct tape and just, you know.
Wait a second. Abduct yourself?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, might as well. I mean, fucking shut it.
Why am I abducting? Anyway. All right. Well, we're gonna tie a pretty little bow on this bad boy. That is episode 289 of the Tether Radio podcast. We've been coming at you guys for I don't know,
close to 2 hours.
Honestly, yeah,
Jeez,
a little under 2 hours. And guess what? You're probably gonna get close to an hour after this.
Job?
I don't know,
unless
we just get tired, which doesn't happen. So
this true crime list it's solid.
See,
it's good. It's good.
So,
we'll talk about it for a minute.
I'm gonna make you guys try to guess what you think might be on it before we look at it, because I did that when I first clicked on it.
Like at the beginning or right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like when we start the episode.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, so you've not only have you gotten to see how the sausage is made, you get to see us just figure out what the fuck we're gonna do moving forward. So, anywho, so this has been episode 289 of the Tether Radio podcast. Check out the Untethered that we're about to record on Wednesday. This bad boy right here that I'm talking about right now is going to come out on Monday. And we will also be having our
book club.
Oh my gosh.
Book club.
Oh yeah, when is book club?
February 28th.
Wait, that's not where you were going?
That wasn't where I was going, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, what were you gonna say?
It's okay. The 28th, and so basically what we're gonna do is for book club, since the 28th is a Wednesday, we're going to maybe try to record a little bit early, if everybody can, maybe 30 minutes early, and then stop like right around like 7:15 ish or something like that, and then have enough time to scramble to put everything together to talk about the wager by I know the last name's Gran.
Yep,
David Gran, which I have finished.
Yeah. I need to start it.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, Megan, if you like nonfiction, and by that I mean like if you enjoy hearing about the hard shit that people that lived before us went through, this book is for you, because it is some seafaring, like fucking pirate, like gnarly shit, dude. And I really, really fucking enjoyed it. Once it got into the latter stuff, like the court-martialing and stuff, which is a very small portion in the book at the end, I was like, I'm kind of ready to be done here. But man, the vast majority of it, I actually really, really enjoyed.
Good.
So,
Good.
But anyway, so that was The Wager by David Gran. We're going to be talking about it. It was David Gran, right?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to be talking about that at approximately 7:30 p.m. on Eastern on February 28th. So you still got plenty of time to knock this out. And if you buy it on Kindle, just be forewarned that the little percentage thing is not accurate at all. Like I was at about 30, a little past 30, 35%, something like that. And I'm like, dude, this seems like the book's almost over. And I don't know what's going on. Well, it legitimately goes into the epilogue at 43%.
I don't think I've ever had that happen on Kindle. That's so weird.
No, and the other weird thing was once I got into acknowledgments and like they have like photos and stuff and like paintings and all that jazz. It's like, oh, it's going to take you 15 hours to like finish the book.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? To go through photos and acknowledgments? Like, what? Anyway, it's great. It's a really good read. And even if you don't get through all of it, read a little bit of it. Come join us. It'll be fun just to shoot the shit and talk about how crazy like fucking life in 17 whatever in the 18th century was, especially on the fucking high seas, man. It's crazy.
Love it.
Anywho, so all of our show notes for this episode will be in the newsletter. Allie puts it together. It's phenomenal every week. tetherradio.substack.com. That is where you can go to sign up for it. Or you can just check it out. I mean, like, who wants an extra step? Just go, put your email in there, and we don't like spam you with like, oh my God, an episode is coming out. It just came out.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? An episode just came out.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We don't do that shit.
It's just one a week.
Yeah.
I one time sent one as like a wrap up with stuff from the big West Memphis 3 thing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, it's one a week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we understand that like everybody's fucking inboxes are overflowing with just bullshit.
I was
So
just trying to clean mine up right now. Seriously.
yeah. No, exactly. So anyway, that's tetherradio.substack.com. So if you want to actually read through any of the stuff that we covered for the full episode, all of our show notes will be in the newsletter, and that's what I was just talking about. So I think that's it. Anybody got anything to add before we tie the bow on this bad boy?
Make sure that you guys are following the Instagram page. Reels come out as soon as I edit them. Also TikTok. Follow us there. And subscribe to the YouTube page. Hey, there we go. Said it.
Yeah, dude. No, Larry has been crushing it on like reels and stuff like that. And honestly, we've been getting a lot of good feedback from people. Just like whether or not you guys have been enjoying it or not. Vast majority of people have been saying that they've really liked the reels he's been putting together.
Hey,
together. So.
If you like them, share them, send them to people, comment on them, however much interaction we can get. It's
absolutely, man. Anything and everything helps. So,
also buy shit, buy merch.
Buy some merch, man. Get you if you want to sport a Tether Radio hat or a and man, we have this shit priced to fucking roll, man. Like honestly,
it's like going out of business.
We basically have it marked down to the point to where we're making like 50 cents on everything because we don't give a fuck about making money on this shit. Mm-hmm. All we want to do is get our name out there because you know what? That's what we want. So, but yeah. So if you enjoy this, tell somebody about it. And if you enjoy it a whole lot, go to tinyurl.com/tether merch. Is that right?
Yep.
Oh man, I'm doing this from memory these days. Look at this shit. And we've got hat mug cup and hat
mug sticker.
Hat mug sticker.
Hat mug
and we got
cup.
Strappy boys. Oh, we need cup.
Oh, we do need cup.
Can we get cup?
No.
Well, we better put some Stanleys on there. We charge like $90 for one of those.
Oh my god.
They aren't available. So I can only do so much.
But anyway, check it out. tinyurl.com/tether merch. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Be sure to check out the Untethered episode if you're not joining us live. And until then, take it easy, friendos.
Bye.
Bye. Please clap.